Well, there's that. Thank you, Ryan. uh, yeah, we have a mic now. Can you hear me fine? Good times. Yeah, this is how we get things going here. One week at a time, slow roll into the night. Didn't have the mic on. Said lots of amazing, insightful, impactful things. So you'll need to work on your lip reading skills so you can circle back and decipher what I was saying. Anyways, we're back. It's Colorful Carl, second week in a row here since my little hiatus. This is the For the Love of Creativity show. I'm out here just making art for art's sake and honoring my late father's creative legacy and scratching that creative itch for myself. But I love making art and I hadn't done it for years and years on any kind of consistent basis, and I kind of relaunched it just needing to reconnect with my father after he passed away, and now it's going to be 10 years since he passed away. I started doing some of these collaborative pieces with him 10 years ago, right after he passed away, and I started live streaming new things in 2022, 2023, I guess. So this is coming up on my third year this month, actually, of doing the live stream, which is wild. I've made, at least 100 pieces of art, done hundreds and hundreds of hours of live streaming, made some really cool stuff. So I'm really proud of that. And this piece you can see up in the corner there um, is a piece that I started last week. It was a photograph of a tree. I randomly took a picture of this tree in like 2018. I want to say somewhere in Georgia on the way down to Florida on a road trip, and it was just so beautiful and just covered in moss and like this like almost like grassy leafy moss. Like I'd never really seen anything like it. um, so I took a picture of it and was thinking one day I'd do something cool with it. Well, that day was last Wednesday. um, Also, like 2 or 3 weeks ago, I was out at Walmart doing some shopping, as you do when you need to go to Walmart. I don't know, I hate Walmart, but also like Walmart's fine, I guess. um, Anyway, so let's see if I can find some of those reference images. I want to break it all the way down for you. Actually, they might be embedded in the thing here. I typically do a little backups. Um, yeah, it looks like I got some backups in here. Let's see what these look like. Yeah, we'll switch on over to here. Putting art on the big screen. Where's that button? All right. Looks good. Everything looks good. Cool. Got my little side cam looking good. I'm still trying to reconfigure my space. I redid my whole office since how I used to have the live stream set up. Figured I can show off a piece of art here as I print them out. This one and this same one that's in the background. That was one of my favorite ones from last year. I plan on redrawing over top of it. So I started off with a pencil sketch and did some art, did some line art, and then if you followed me, I did it on the stream, turned it into this cool piece you see next to me, and then now I'm gonna paint over top of that. So one of these streams, I'm gonna like get on that and paint on it and see what I can make it into, and I might sell that. Who knows? We will auction it off on a stream. Who knows? The sky's the limit. We can do anything here because we're just doing it for the love of creativity. Um, and creativity has no bounds, not in my household. Yeah. Anyways, having some fun already, as you can tell. So last week, I rolled up to the show with some cool images. Let's show some of these off. This is that picture I took of a tree. And I'll recap this midstream for all you late people. I'm sure y'all will come through shortly. So here's the tree. This ultra wide monitor is kind of crazy sometimes. But this tree is super cool. Like I said, it was like this beautiful tree somewhere in Atlanta. Like look at this crazy like moss on it. It's not even a great photo, right? Which is kind of the power of some of these AI tools. Like it can take things in and like make them like if you look here, I forget what model we used, but like I mean, it added in some significant detail, but like utilizing what's already there, right? So um, that's really powerful and quite cool. I love that feature. It used to be you're kind of stuck with what you were stuck with. We used to do a lot of tricks to get things to look, good, but No, you can do it all right in Photoshop now. So you'll see like I removed the cars. Um, I changed the landscape around a little bit. Did that live on the show last week. So you can see the difference here, which is it's fun though. This is just fun to do. Like how fast can we make something really cool while still respecting my artistic eye and creative identity and but layering things in and using all the tools and going real fast. Like look how cool this tree is. Like I just love it. So layered that guy in there, and then this was a cool. I just took this picture at Walmart the other day, grocery shopping with the wife. So this like sky is like really gnarly. Snap that shot, and you can see how I layered that into the background here. Some of these things. So that was fun. So we got that going. That was looking good. And let's see here. So I did some editing to that image, got rid of Walmart and parking lot, layered some stuff over there. See, I just kind of clipped it out in the background, so that's cool. This is some updates to the tree. So as I was able to remove the cars and do some like some just generative fill within Photoshop, which cool. That was good. Overlaid some colors down here. This is one of my dad's paintings in the background. Let's see if I can make a copy of this later just so you can see it. Because it's always just cool to see this kind of stuff. So I've modified it a bunch. Let's clear layer style. There you go. So this was one of his paintings, and it's beautiful, and I love it. And he has all these like wild, colorful things, right? So I grabbed that one, and you'll see as I roll through this, you can see how I incorporated that into the background, just to have a touch of my father's creativity in there. And also just strangely works well. Feels like more clouds and more depth and more sky, and I love that. So, and I could probably even force the perspective a little better. So, and here we are. We're off to the races. How's that? Yeah, I don't actually want to mess with that too much. It's not going to add a lot of value, and the shape language is going to get crazy. And I like the little like surrealness. I like the idea of like it works and it's visually moving and kind of has shape and depth, but also like it just is crazy. It's almost like Salvador Dali, like dripping things and whatever, but like it still has like grounds in reality. Like it's not too far out of whack that it just plays with your brain, which is fun. So this week I'm just gonna work on just cleaning this up. Hopefully I can get this done today. Just making all the colors homogeneous and like looking good. Like this face here on the tree probably looks familiar. I just grabbed it off of this other piece I did and threw it on there because that seemed like, why not? And I think it adds something, right? So it's like I made this piece and now it's living over here in a different way, transformative and interesting, and I don't know. I just love all this stuff. I don't know if it's actually transformative on a legal sense. So don't quote me on that. That is a legal copyright term that you can create something that's transformative and derivative of other people's works, which is a big point of contention right now with all the stuff going on with copyright and AI generation. So anyhow, we won't get into that too much tonight, but I'm always happy to answer questions about that because I do think it's massively important for creators to be aware of the landscape in which we are currently forced to participate, regardless of how we feel about it. So we deleted that there. This song is the worst. It always comes up in this playlist. Just need to skip it. Alright, so that's looking good. I want to take this little thing off. It's like a... The problem is I like the rest of it back there. Yeah, it looks actually good. So, okay, so I just want to do... So I'll lasso it, right? Just those pixels, just this area. And now, typically, before generative AI, I'd have to like clone stamp and move pieces around and start angling my clone stamp tool. But now you can just click remove, which was there value in me having to do it the hard way? Probably, I guess, like some like sweat equity kind of vibes, but I'm kind of over that like whole vibe in my life. I just want to work smart, whatever that looks like. Like, was there more value in me doing it the hard way? Like, I walked uphill in the snow 2 years, my whole childhood to school. Like, yeah, I don't know. I'm not ready to be that grumpy old man entirely yet. I got a few years left. So, anyways, also old tool like a spot healing tool. So you click J and you can kind of use that tool. So it sort of approximates what's around it to help remove little pieces, but it has a tendency to see how there's some weird shapes in there and stuff. So, but it still works good, and zoom out a little bit, hardly noticeable. Another great tool, Shift F5, is your content aware. This is kind of pre-generative AI. Sort of works like the other thing, but yeah, that looks pretty good. And then I can go in with my little clone stamp tool and just clean up, just do a little tidying instead of having to worry about doing it all from scratch. That was just way faster. So, but it still requires some talent and eyes and skills. This stuff isn't autopilot, and I promise you I can make stuff better than people that don't have these skills and try to use these software, even with Midjourney or whatever generative AI stuff you're using. What the real truth is the people that can do this stuff the best are already the best artists in the world, and they either choose to use these tools or not, which is totally up to them. Dude, the grumpy old man is an earned status. Growing up as a kid, you think about that, right? And it's like that grumpy old man. Oh, dude, my stream chat is totally gone. Did anyone else notice that? Stream chat box. Where is the chat box? Oh no. I ruined it. That sucks. I just realized no one realized. It sounds like I'm talking to myself. I'm just making up people that may or may not even be here. Like Ryan might be a figment of my imagination. So, that sucks. How do I fix that? Chat box. Manage on the web. And this is part of just how it goes sometimes, you gotta get into show platform. I can disable message animation. No, I don't want to do that. I like it. It's just like not showing. Okay. I messed with something somewhere. Sorry, friends. Now this is gonna stress me out and I want to get it fixed. So I'm fixing it. So save, no, launch, close, default, Eclipse widgets. Ah, I think that brought it back. All right, Ryan, can you test it out for me, good sir? Or anyone, it's, everybody that's here is welcome to participate in the chat. That, frankly, would make me happy. It's probably like good for stats or something. Chat delay 0 seconds. Tails. Well, let's test it. There it is. Thank you, good sir. And we're back. I think I fixed it. Let's see. Yeah. It's looking good. Hide common chat bots. Nah, hide commands. Okay, no chunky. Launch. Yeah, that all looks good. Save settings. I hope I didn't kill it. Looks like it's working though. Go team. What up, Anthony? Looks like Anthony jumped in earlier. I don't know if my mic was on or not, but I launched a podcast episode with Anthony Deptula earlier this week. He is the creative director at BMP Creative. They do a lot of work for Netflix and some other accounts, like a crazy amount of stuff. Like it's pretty awesome. Their work is remarkable, and but Anthony's also brought this thing called Tag the Tag. Let's see. Let me not misquote it. Tag the magazine.com. It's like a children's magazine that's like he resurrected from like the 1700s. I don't know if it used to be the children's magazine, but it's like a really old magazine, and like it's all like kids work that he's publishing in it, and like it's really cool, and like the kids it's for kids by kids kind of vibe, and I just think it's a really cool idea. So definitely check that out. You can sign up for it and get a subscription. It's cheap. But like they mail you a physical thing, and your kids can like draw it and do like little things and crosswords and like all well not crosswords, but there's like some word search things. There's different stuff every week, but like coloring exercises and creativity. But it's just all about inspiring creativity in your kids. If you can't get behind that, then you shouldn't be on this stream because it's all about creativity here. Anyhow, it's super cool. You should check it out. So let's see, filter. So I'm looking at this this layer here. You see how it's got these little pitted pixels and stuff? That's because of the blending modes I did, which is fine. It just means some like hard edges. So I want to blur this a tiny bit, and so it's just not as bad on those. Just want it to feel a little more. Actually, let's do another thing I like to do is reduce noise, which kind of works out like blur sometimes. See how like this is before and then that's after the noise is reduced. So let's see, that looks pretty good. What did Ryan say? I do a double take when people in their 20s call me sir. I have to remind myself that I'm over 40. Yeah, same, bro. It creeps up on you quick. I'll be 40, 41 next week, I guess. I guess that's how that works. I am officially gonna be into my 40s journey, which is fun. I'm excited. It's gonna be way better than my 30s. You know, every subsequent decade is better than the previous one. Doesn't, you know, comes with its draws sometimes, but my mind is so much more capable and strong. So, you know, it's like, yeah, my knees hurt. Probably should have toned it down before I had to get 3 ACL surgeries. But like, you know, they do all right. All things considered. So I took some reference images today when I was walking. Let me pull those up. Just to kind of see how like light bends around a tree, you know? Because I wanted to do little guesswork on that as I was playing. Oh, check it out! I got a. Let's see. Can I just drop this in here? Oh, that would have been cool. Maybe it'll let me on a fresh layer. Nope. I got my teeth x-rayed today, and they said they're gonna send me a copy of this, but I'm totally gonna take this and turn it into some art. Here's my teeth. I got good teeth apparently for an aging, for a geriatric millennial. Check this out. I got a baby tooth. Isn't that cute? They told me I was gonna fall out when I was 35, so apparently, I mean, I'm sure it was a guesstimation, but I have no adult tooth. So if you're ever wondering why I'm permanently a child, It's because I have one baby tooth left. You know, I can't fully grow up ever. So it's like, you know, it's like Peter Pan or something, or some version of that. Cool. Pictures of trees. So that was okay. I really wanted to see, yeah. Okay, so I took these today. It's like the light kind of peering out from behind. So I'm just gonna drop them in as reference, so I can just sort of look at them. I just took it on different sides of trees, and so I think that's gonna help me here in a minute. At least, maybe. Who knows? So casting the shadow is important if I want a dramatic light. So I've got some of that going, but it's not super intentional yet. So we're just gonna play with stuff. So this light bleeds over here. See, like it almost washes everything out. Which if I did that back here, that'd probably be okay. It's like orangey sunset vibe. But I might be overthinking it too. So what I'm gonna do is just start drawing, adding some color. This is my favorite part of the whole process anyway. So let's just go up here and just do colors. Added in colors. Cool. Get the brush rocking. Got a little thing there. I might stand up now. Got this stand-up desk, and I kind of go back and forth on whether or not I want to stand or not all day. And so it's just difficult being ADD. I can't sit still anyway, so I got to have options for get all my wiggles out. You know, they tried to fix me in elementary school, but it never happened. So we're here. There's still I didn't die yet. So just gonna always be a wiggly ADD fucker, I guess. What are you gonna do? You know, it's funny to me how many people I know that are in creative fields that are ADD, and then like how many of them are like entrepreneurs or solopreneurs. So here's the original face as seen over here, and I chopped that out and like put some of this in there, which looks cool. So this is the tree face. We're gonna do green man face thing. So that looks good, but I really want it to. I wonder if I can grab the bark underneath of that off the tree. Okay. Let's see, I'm going to try to play this. So I grabbed it, and now I have an exact piece of bark, right? So I selected that layer, the mask, copied it from the tree layer. So I hit Control J if you're on a proper computer. If you're using whatever has some fruit on it, it's the opposite button. But I'm not biased. So anyways, what I'm going to do now is try to blend this over top, so that it looks cool and matches up better with the tree, so that it just looks like it's supposed to be there, right? So let's see, let's just try that. Just kind of pushing in some of the cracks. I could do like a overlay. So see, it's already starting to work pretty good, because then I'm going to go back and paint it in the brightness. So then I could also do filter liquify. So in the liquify tool, you can like push and pull pixels and blur them, and make them shape, well, not blur, manipulate is probably the word I'm looking for. What up, beautiful? I love you. I put up a little thing so that like you guys can still go on adventures into the garage and get food without needing to be on my live stream. Yeah, figured that was a good idea. And it's just a way I can show off new work, and like, you know, who knows? Me and Lonnie will come up with something where it's like, hey, new art here. Who knows? Who knows? There's all kinds of possibilities because it's my live stream. I can do whatever I want. Those are the rules. There we go. Cool. Now I can hear myself a little bit too. This can turn off. I have a little spinning glass skull back here that I was trying to get on the stream, and I realized I cropped it out, so you know, I'm just gonna turn it off. It's wasting electricity. It was cool. I spent time on that I didn't need to. That's what happens sometimes. You get fixated on a thing that isn't even important. Oh, diaries of an ADD creative person. Alright, so you see how like I already smudged that a bit. So I want to do show backdrop. There we go. Oh, cool. Sorry, I had to pat my back. Had to crack my back, Ryan. That's what happens when you just get old. So I can, so you know, punch that up, right? And then like some of these high spaces as I blur, you know, just force them to come out more. It's gonna make more sense with the piece. And like I can pucker these down in the deep spots. And I just have a nice little, just a good enough little view here so that I can sort of approximate where I should be clicking. And it doesn't have to be, you just have to get a little bit of push on the pixels, you know, for it to really start to sell the illusions of the shapes and three-dimensionality of it all. Yeah. I'm not sure that the liquefy did anything, but you know, maybe it didn't need to do anything. But it does look like it belongs on the canvas more, right? So that's good. The colors are blending in. Yeah, good old dentist. I'm getting a sleep apnea mouth guard. Apparently, I can't sleep anymore. Probably never could, but whatever. You know, you just gotta live with all the random ailments and bullshit in life. You just keep moving and trying to have fun. For me, as long as I'm being creative, I'm alright. I'll live. How's your stream going, Ryan? Good? Getting some traction with all the new HeroScape fans in the world? We gotta get you like an official collab with Renegade and the HeroScape community. It's what you deserve, bro. After your tireless dedication for, you know, however many years. I can't get this to line up 100%. It's so annoying. Whatever. So if I turn those off, that tree is still there. The sky is still there. So I want to remove this tree. So I'll do that like this. Just so I have more options here. I probably don't need that tree at all. Okay. So we're going to do remove. Not exactly what I was hoping for, so let me deconstruct this top piece turn a bunch of this stuff off, right? So then we're literally like the trees on that layer. Okay, so there's the tree. We'll do select, modify, expand. We're gonna do like 4 pixels, so it's bigger than the tree everywhere, right? Yeah, hopefully that'll work. We don't lose anything exciting. Like, I like these little details, these little drippy details of moss, but I'll be able to work that out. Alright, so that's sort of there. Let's do select, modify, expand. We're gonna do another. Now we're gonna do border. So I'm just gonna get the border pieces, right? So we'll do 15 pixels. So see how that's all that edge where that's where like the little halo is, right? That we want to remove. So I should be able to remove that. Theoretically, I should be able to merge all these together, these 3 layers. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. So those 3 layers we can merge. And I should be able to turn all those back on, and everything's looking good. And now I have the tree sort of totally isolated here, right? With the little face, so that's awesome. Just for some quality of life, like if I start nudging things around, because what I'm going to do next is clean up around the edges. And if I don't clean up, if I don't have them on separate layers, it's just I'm going to be chasing, like, I don't know what layer this little booger's on, you know? And that just gets annoying very quickly. Hardness can go down. Yeah. So the hardness of the edge of your brush is like, is it a perfect circle or is it soft around the edge? Perfect circles tend to show up and you see them, but soft blending around the edge doesn't, typically speaking. So, how's that? Feels like a soundtrack from like a Nintendo game. Which is near and dear to my heart because I spent a lot of my childhood listening to Nintendo game soundtracks. Sometimes I wonder how good I'd be at art or different things if like I spent a lot of more time focused. I was listening to one of like Debbie Millman's podcasts the other day. I think she was on the man, who's this lady? It's like a super. She was on another podcast. It wasn't Debbie's podcast. It was. I printed out a thing from it. Mel something. Somebody knows this. Mel. I don't know Mel's last. Mel has like another ultra famous podcast. Anyways, something she like Debbie was saying, like, so you could, some people focus on one thing, get absolutely remarkable at it. Some people like to do a lot of different things, and it takes them longer to get to the level of mastery that some other people have. But you can get there, and you can get there with a bunch of things. Like, there's no one right path. Like, that really resonated for me because I spent so much time like wanting to be better at things, but also like so excited about so many different avenues of creativity that like it's easy to have like some negative talk inside of you, like you should be better at this, or envious of somebody else's skill level or whatever they can accomplish. But you just keep living and keep making shit, and keep doing things, and keep having fun. Like, I've been building stuff in my house, which has been fun since I built a whole pantry and like put in like a swinging closet door on a bookshelf on a hinge that is the door to the pantry. Like, I don't even know what I was doing. I just started winging it and asking questions and reaching out to friends to help, and turned into like a general contractor over the past couple of years, just which is cool. And that's just all creative expression, right? Like I helped me and my buddy built this desk, and like built all kinds of stuff in my house, redone my roof. Like all the things are fun. Like I could have spent all that time working on my Photoshop skills or going to drawing classes, but I would have got bored, right? I would have burnt myself out. This is me counseling myself, just so you know. So. Impart a little wisdom while I'm out here doodling. So this is looking good. See how we're just cleaning up all the little bits? And this just gives me options. This probably is unnecessary, but it took 5 minutes and now it looks a lot cleaner. And when I layer all the other goodness back on top, it looks good. So that's a backup tree. That's a backup sky. Also, before I get too far into this, I usually love to do some progress shots, right? So let me turn that on. Let me turn that on. And where's the OG shot? I'm gonna throw that in here. Yeah, I think that's it about there, right? Give or take. Cool. This is going to be Galaxy Tree 0. We'll call that 3. I hate this. I'll just keep showing the show transform controls. Turn that off. Yeah, I didn't ask you to do that. This Dr. Stoner stuff's really good, by the way. It's a Virginia distillery. Make a really yummy ginger whiskey lemonade. Smoky herb. I don't actually say herb, but this felt fun. All right, cool. Now I'm out here making colors. So this part where I just color a little bit, you know, just doing some coloring. I think we're gonna do overlay for now. And I'm just going to mask it around the tree. Yeah, let's do that. So we're gonna do, it's gonna be colors, added colors on tree. Cool. So we're just gonna make it all look good. So I got this orange light coming in on here, which makes sense. I'll probably do like a harder like rim light on it, but this stuff's gonna be more orangey coming off. Yeah, it's gonna look super cool when I'm done, y'all. You're gonna love it. I'm gonna love it, most importantly, and then you should be making your art for yourself. So you guys hopefully will love it. More consequentially, I need to love it because I'm making it. And I do this for the love of creativity, as I mentioned before. It's important to love it, love the process. So this doesn't have to be beautiful right now. I can massage in the beautifulness later. This needs to make sense. So this is just like a little orange underlight, like, you know, the background shining through onto here. Just massaging the details later. Nope, that didn't work for me. Too dramatic. Cool. So then some more oranges over here. Less forward and prominent than the other side. Been playing a fun game, a little Lord of the Rings game, Return to Moria. It's a lot of fun. It's like a mining survival craft kind of thing, but you get to do it in the mines of Moria. Find little notes from the Fellowship, which is kind of cool. Little glyphs from Gandalf. There's a certain level of just value to it in general, just because Lord of the Rings is amazing. And if you disagree, then you're wrong, and that's okay. We have to be wrong sometimes. That looks really good. Just like a thicker layer of that there. See? Like, look, it's already making a nice difference. Yeah, see, like it just feels like it's supposed to be there. It's all about that lighting. I feel like I messed something up though. Shit. I did. I lost my dad's whole painting. Unless it's here. There it is. Okay. I knew something was feeling off. Like, it looks a little meh. Okay, cool. You gotta have old man's paintings. Okay, we're back in business. Thought I was gonna have to revert the whole thing. I was literally about to just like take it back, restart. Gotta pay homage properly. Yeah, I like overlay. Overlay seems like it's working good. A little more red on this side. Seems like it'll make more sense. Sometimes I just get the smudge tool there with that little finger. Just kind of, it's easy to push the colors around and make them look a little nicer. I'm gonna smudge around the edges of the tree too, so it doesn't look so like photoshopped on there. You know, kind of push the illusions. That's what it's all about here. The illusion factory. And I'll probably blur it all at the end too a little bit too. Yeah, these white parts are going to be troublesome here. I'll make some edits to them in a little bit. Try not to get hung up on the details just yet. I have a tendency to do that. That's been like a thing I've been trying to work through. It's so easy to just get stuck on, like, you just zoom in and next thing you know you're working on this piece for part of the painting for 20 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, and then you're like, actually this is wrong, I wouldn't even need that. Like, you gotta work in the right layers and the right perspective, so you don't go in too deep too quick. You work it out big and then in a little more. You know? Big things and then details. What happens if I do this? Makes it much more painterly, but do I like that is the question. I think no. Curious what happens if I grab that. Don't know why that did that. Too many hotkeys. So we're gonna do new. What I want to do is I have this all selected. I want to do copy paste. Copy paste. Edit, copy, merged, paste. There we go. Okay, so I'm gonna turn all this on. So look, that sort of just blocks out everything. So then if I put it right there over right over that, then I can select that, make a mask, invert it, make a mask. Okay. Nope, the other way. Come on, brain. Alright, so now it's only on the face part. Right, and then I can just sort of do color. So it should be alright, I got an idea. So now I'm on the mask layer, got white, so I'm going to do white down here more so it makes the colors in the background layer in around the area. Right, and then I'll go in the middle and I'll knock it out some. Well, this is just bringing the oh, this was it. This was the ticket. So this is bringing the immediate background colors into the painting and those all around the edges, right? So yeah, look, see that just looks so starting to blend in nice. Tell you what, guys, it's almost like I know what I'm doing around here. You better watch out. Sometimes I just get on one. Right, especially like these thinner, wispier spots, right, where the light really would come through a lot. Get a little of that atmosphere coming in. Yeah. So clearly my tree's jacked up over here, so I gotta fix that at some point. Probably just wait to the end. So normally like this piece right here would stress me out, but I can just circle it and generative fill it at the end, so I don't have to worry about it. It's no big deal. I don't need to stress about little things. See, this is really pushing some of the depth of the tree too, which is cool, right? Because the further something is from you, the more atmospheric perspective there is, right? So the more of like sky part of air molecules in the sky are kind of in between you and that thing, so it has less. It's just a little washed out color-wise, you know, and that really helps when you're creating something to add that extra depth. So I'm excited to work this out. I feel like that's already it's a little much. But you can use it. It's going to be intentional. So let's see. Yeah, it's really adding something. All right, so let's see what we can get done in 30 minutes here. Oh, I got the, so I deleted the sky mask. Okay, so when I did that, I had the stars on the ground. I don't quite like the stars on the ground. That wasn't doing it for me. I do have some, what are these stars and shit from? Oh, okay. Well, that doesn't work either, so let's do select sky. That's a feature. It's not the best feature, apparently. It's alright, though. I don't need it to be crazy precise for what I just want to use it for. So, if you saw, I had like all those stars and stuff. Also, when you're using the lasso tool, if you hold Alt, you can subtract, and hold Shift, you can add without destroying your selection. So I have that selected, right? So then I'll go back up to my sky layer. So this sounds like stars and stuff. Like I'm not vibing on having stars on the foreground. So then I'll go here and I'll just hit delete. Just kidding. I'll inverse the selection, Control Shift I, and then hit delete. So then it should just delete it from the bottom there. Which now it's awfully bright. I did sort of like the shadow vibe going on. You know what? I'm gonna make my own shadow on purpose. Alright, so cool. What's this blob here? That's a little blobby. So we're gonna do a color the sky overlay on tree. One day, be a famous artist out here making art. That'll be exciting. Alright, so that's my shadow being cast by the tree. So then we're going to do filter, blur. We'll do just do a Gaussian blur so we don't have a hard edge, right? We'll just get it really bleh. Something like that's probably good. Yep. And then I'll do a overlay. That's kind of cool actually. Hard light is actually working pretty decent. And then I'll open the double click and open the blend mode. Just let some of the tall blades of grass shine through. So underlying layer. Yeah, like those are going to be catching some light. Just subtly though. Actually, I don't know if I like that at all. I think I wanted this. Let's see. Let's see that it's going pretty good. I did like how this part looked when it was darker. Alright, so go on to the mask. Yeah, it looks good actually. And then I'll cheat it out a little bit, just get rid of some of these stars that are on the trees. Allegedly, I'll get rid of some of the stars that are on the trees, but they're on that layer, so just do that. Okay. You know, if they're on the trees, that sort of doesn't make sense. So well, I might still come back and add stars in front, but again, art is really about, for me at least, you know, there's no real definitions about what art's about, but does something feel intentional? That's when I really enjoy it, when it feels intentional. Even if it's intentionally crazy, it can be intentionally unintentional. I don't know what that looks like. The paradoxic relationship. I'm really just rambling bullshit now, don't mind me. I'm gonna actually promote the stream next week. We didn't get a lot of people out tonight. And I totally jacked it up right out the gate. Okay, so this. There we go. So I'm just using the smudge tool to like manipulate the mask layer. So it feels good. And do the same thing on this side. Just following the horizon line. It doesn't really matter. We'll add that in. Yeah, it just looks a lot cleaner. And I'm just using the smudge tool to blur this on the spot, so it looks good that way. Weird. So when you work the way I work with all these like layers of crazy splattery stuff, like sometimes you just get like random little artifacts all over the page, which, you know, again, it's fine. It's part of the process. But. So it's looking pretty cool. Punching out some depth. Got that shadow. Grab that shadow color. Oh, if you hold control and you click on an eyeball, it isolates that layer, and if you click that eyeball again, it brings everything back to what it was before you did that. And if you do anything in between, it messes it all up, so just know that too. Your little hot click back and forth goes away, and that can be very frustrating if you're not expecting that. So what I'm doing here is just punching in some detail, some shadows to like just give some more depth. That's how you create all your lights, all your depth and illusions with shadows and highlights. So out here having fun. I have this on the same layer at the bottom with the different blending layers, so it just layers in nicely. So if you like manipulate your images on the beginning to make sure your light's all kind of working together and like you're not fighting yourself, because I've done that before on the stream. I don't know if you guys have seen, but it's been just me fighting against the lighting system that was already there and not having reworked it, and then just spending so much time on that. It can just be quite annoying. So much nicer to have this big screen. On that little ass screen for so long, it was quite a lot. Filter, we'll do a Gaussian blur on this. Just don't want any hard edges. So that's looking pretty cool to me. I do want some like light rays kind of streaming out. How did I do that on my sunset in Idaho piece? What year was that? Idaho sunset. This one was fun. And this is what this is reminding me of. So I started this one off with a traditional little sketch, and then I took it digital and finished it this way. It doesn't look like I did a lens flare-y type of thing, so let's see. What happens if I select the tree? Oh, that's how you do that. That's kind of cool. That's a new feature on Windows. Let's select the sky. Just the sky. Plus the tree. And we'll go generative fill. Add in God rays of light coming out from behind the tree, matching the colors already there. And let's see. We'll try that. We'll try that. Might need to be on a different layer. I feel like I need to go in and get this white on all this. Around the edges of the tree. Let's see what you got. Fully did not understand. Oh, it sort of understood the assignment. Okay. Okay, I think I know how to work with this. Alright, so I've got my prompt there. Alright, so I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this layer in general. Okay, so delete the layer. Then I'll come up here, select the tree inverse, remove the, yeah, let's try that, and we'll do it right here. Actually, we'll do it all the way up here. We'll see what happens. So it's just gonna generate in the background there behind the tree. Allegedly. That is kind of awesome. Alright, so kept the tree in the same space, which is good. Alright, so this is what I can actually work with this. So I got the mask on. Alright, cool. This is kind of what I was looking for, but it's too dramatic, and I just want the white light. So let's rasterize the layering. Okay, we're gonna do keep everything else exactly the same. Nice. This might work out cool. Otherwise, I'm gonna put down. I'm gonna use that layer, select the white, pull it out, and then blend it in. Actually, I think that's just what I'm gonna do. And I'll smudge around the edges of the tree. That should really sell the dream. Oh, well, fucking A. Cool, there it is. Almost exactly what I was looking for, but it's too, like, it's dominating my piece now, right? Oh shit, I didn't do any progress shots tonight, today. So let's do that. So file, save as copy. JPEG, not an Excel. I don't even know. I don't know what all these file formats are. Does anyone know what any of these are? They're all crazy. Yeah, let's do that. Not going to be a lot of updates on this piece. All right. Cool. So that one's way better. See, it's got rich coloration. I just love that. All right, so let me double click. Let me go ahead and rasterize this. And then we're gonna let underlying layer, the darkness come through there. I think that's, yeah. We want the light on the top layer to come through. And get rid of the darkness on this layer. It's playing with the sliders. So, right. I don't like how much it's messed up my color though. Let me move it all the way down to Okay, and this, I have some modifications on. I think that's kind of cool. It's a little janky. I don't hate it. Don't quite love it yet. But there's something here that's for me. I just gotta figure it out. So, what does this look like up front? So that looks pretty cool. I really just want the white. So let's do overlay. Pin light looks pretty damn cool. Oh man, nobody's here to help me make decisions, y'all. Left me hanging tonight. I guess I should promote the live stream. Oh, we'll preview. You have to preview it for it to work. All right. So that's kind of what I was looking for. So then let me mask it out some. I think it's a little too much around the edges. So we'll do that and we'll knock this down. So it's there. Just gotta make it not too insane. Oh, pin light's actually really doing it. Play with the curves. I sort of really like this. Ah, it's hard to decide. Does it add or take away? Light beans, yeah, man. All right, Ryan. Talk to you later, brother. Heck yeah, dude. Congrats. Love some Hero Escape. I'll have to get back into it at some point. One hobby at a time. I don't know. Derek, what up, dog? Welcome to the stream. Been out here making shit this afternoon. Yeah. You like the light rays? I'm trying to figure out if I keep them or not, but I think they're working. I just need to go back in and add some. Let's do this. All right. Add in rim lighting and highlights to make all the parts of this image feel like they go together. Do not change any of the overall structure or composition and general coloration. Just add in highlights and shadows that make sense. Let's see how that works. Oh damn. Well, that's gonna be rough, bro. But hell yeah, Graham and Olivia wrestling. Let's go. I bet Olivia kicks ass. I'm obviously Graham's kicking ass too. Congrats on that, by the way. I'm sure that's exciting. Oh, see what it did here though? See these nice white highlights? That's what I need in mine. Went a little crazy on the other stuff. Oh, I like the grass way better too. Let's check this out. So, what if I went and did screen, and I did levels, and I played with the levels. Oh, perfect. Alright, so then I just need to select the tree. Okay, just the tree though. Where's just a tree? There you go, boom. So everything else I'm going to invert, and I'm going to just get up onto this layer, and I'm going to rasterize. So this looks really good. Bro, this is gonna be killer. I kind of like what it's doing down here with some of this. But in the sky, it's a no-go. So the sky is definitely, because there's none of that grass even there, so it just really doesn't make any sense. I thought I had a mask set up for the sky, but it's okay. So, boom, we'll do, so what I'm trying to do is just like get rid of this floating grassy ship. I love what it was doing with the sky there. So let's just hit remove, see what it does. I'm on the wrong layer. Cancel. Remove. Yeah, dude, I'm really pumped on the light race. Like, they're just like it's making it work. I gotta set. I don't know if I can set up the display. You know, I used to have like the little thumbnail in the corner. I don't know if I can do that anymore with this current setup. Yeah, cool. It just hit all that rim lighting nice. Ha! Little shadows in the foreground look good. Cool. Vibing. So, this is what AI art is, I guess. This is AI assisted art. Heavily assisted. But also heavily in my hand. So, I like the color kind of. Added random bits of color. I think we're there. I think that's a wrap. I think I'm gonna chew on it, but I think it's done. Galaxy tree. Um, Let me do one last quality of life edit on this face. Okay, so go up to the top layer and let's do generative fill. Add shadows, add highlights, color with colors from the background. Shit. Okay. Um, Adjust shadows, highlights, and textures on this face so it looks like it's growing out of the tree. Do not change the overall structure of the face or design of the face or of the overall structure of the face. Yeah, that should be fine. We'll see what that does. We'll massage it into place to make it look good. This is just fun. And then I'm gonna be done. Didn't really oh, it sort of worked. Okay. Alright, so maybe that actually that looks really good. AI, you suck. In the best ways. Okay, so now we're gonna do, okay, so add color and lighting to this face so that it matches perfectly with its surroundings and looks like it's part of the composition. Do not change the structure of the face at all. Just add in lighting and shadow. Lighting, shadow, and color to make it cohesive. This is so like heavily digital here. Um, oh, but it's like coming together so cool. God, I hate how much I like it. um, like it's really capturing what I'm seeing in my mind and helping me bring that out easier, which is interesting. Okay, so like it just obviously looks way better, right? It just morphed it into the tree a little better shape-wise. Like it just looks good. So what I think I should do is move it down here, which is still working. The logos up. Yeah, okay. It's getting there. So now I can massage those details out more. Wow, this actually, I think I'm going with it. So this is group. So now I think, dude, this is so much fun. I love this. Alright, so this is new green man face. So I'm going to rasterize it. And then we're going to do fix this part of the tree so that the lighting and colors match the surrounding image, and it looks as though it was always there. Do not adjust the structure. The physical structure, sometimes I can spell, of the tree or the face on the tree. Just fix the highlights and just fix the overall colors and lighting. I'm trying to see if I can get it to do it. Come on, thing. Make it easy on me. It's already been doing a great job. Might be able to work with that. So what happens if I hit the brush tool? So now I'm in the blending, I'm in the mask layer, right? So on the mask, normal, right? So what if we do, now we're blending this in better. That's kind of cool. All right, so where am I getting these funky highlights? That actually looks really good. I'm not even sure what this layer is doing for me. This is adding some like visual noise. Really not sure that I care for it now that I'm working with it more. Might be best behind the tree. Yeah. Okay. Why did the music die? Come back, music. Visual noise makers. Yeah. It's like I feel like I could describe myself as that at certain points in my life. All right. Yeah, I think it's gonna need some offline polish, but I think we're pretty much there. Alright, can you just go up a little higher there, guy? So what I'm doing is just playing with the mask here so that these hard lines go away. So I don't like how all this is blending, so I'm gonna have to mess with this. But I'm definitely, fuck, the wrong layer there. Alright, there we go. Cool, that's looking good. Well, that's why that was getting janky. Oh, and this is all janky on top. I think this probably needs to be in between these two layers. Almost. No, it needs to be under that. Yeah, I'll manually fix that. But it's not blending down there. Alright, yeah, I gotta call it. My back's hurting, I'm tired. We're close. So next stream I'll probably play with this a little bit, and then I might jump on and do some other things, like we'll see. But this is looking cool. Got this like rim light that's doing the thing. Just gonna mess with this face some more. So that should be right in there. Let's just. All right, I'm gonna play for 5 more minutes. So that piece doesn't need to be there at all. Okay, so we got that, and I wanted to delete it entirely. Good. Alright, so that looks a little rough, but it's by design right now. And then I'm gonna mask it a little bit. And let some of this color come in. No. I think that is on another layer somewhere. Oh, I'm racking my brain. I don't want to do it the manual way. Alright, why not? You alright in there?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. A little piece was bothering me. I like some of those cracks, those are kind of cool. Really don't care for any of this. Cool. It's coming together now. Back in business. I got more shadow in here, so we'll do levels. Yeah, just I need to work on it some more. I'm gonna call it. It was fun. I have a little more edits next week, which is fine. Maybe I might even do a little surprise live stream randomly if I get a moment. So, Galaxy Tree 6. Cool. All right, y'all. Well, this was fun, and it was good seeing everybody. Derek, glad you made it out. Sorry the stream's at a weird time now for you with all the family obligations. I totally get it. But you know, summertime's coming in a couple months. So it'll be all good eventually. So, all right, guys, it was fun. Y'all, thanks for stopping by. Check me out, colorfulcarl.com. I'll be here next week, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern on Wednesday. And yeah, we'll make some more art again. It'll be fun. Take it easy.